The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the producer and not necessarily those of WKTV Community Media.
One. Hello, West Michigan. This is Grand Rapid Media Business TV. My name is Pamela Keim, your host. Spirit of the show to introduce West Michigan to all the businesses, nonprofit, and individuals that can help us thrive in our lives. We are recording with WCET today, Chris Hontoon, inside the Grand Castle Library. We are also located inside the Grand Castle in Granville, Michigan. We have a very special guest for you today. She is a dear friend, and she has brought her husband today. We have Ed and Stephanie Kolakowski, and as you remember, Stephanie Kolakowski owns Grow Business Today, and we have Ed Kolakowski that was part of Voice for the Badge when that first launched out. But I'm going to introduce Stephanie quickly, and she is going to share what her new endeavor it is and how she can help businesses and help people thrive. So I want to thank you for, I didn't even dare to go down there, so I'm just going to let you introduce what exactly you are moving towards or growing your business to help people succeed.
Yeah, so GrowHub GR is the first family-owned, purpose-driven business incubator and community hub here in Grand Rapids. It's located on the west side, in the heart of the west side of Grand Rapids. And Eddie and I, we launched in June of this year, is when we moved in.
Okay.
And our goal is to help families and entrepreneurs grow and thrive in life and business. So we take a holistic approach to entrepreneurship, and we work together to make sure success.
Well, we are happy to have you here today because we've worked together for a few years, and we helped do the Mission Barbecue. Veterans, that was the first time, but I knew you through social media and networking events, and that was very successful post-COVID.
Yes.
And you helped me. You were a great listener when I was going through the Fashion for the Future, all of our endeavors there, and of course we've interviewed your client, Johnny, many of your clients, but Johnny Brand, that does Voice for the Badge.
Yep.
And we're going to hear a little bit about update on that. And then we're going to hear about the gentleman, you know, I've interviewed so many of your clients. I was going to say, you know, the one that did the vodka.
Yeah, Daryl Reese. We're so excited for Daryl.
And you were just on what? It was on Huntington, or how many?
Huffington Post. So we were able to get him on in Huffington Post and Authority Magazine. And Daryl Reese has just, his vodka brand has taken off. We're so proud of him and his efforts. He is now in all the Myers. He's in Total Wine distribution. Yeah.
Okay,
he's
so
in Van Andel Arena. So when you go watch the game at the arena at Van Andel, so they've got him in all of their arenas now. So
that was very exciting to read his success since he was a past guest.
Yeah.
And of course, Voice for the Badge, the success for that because Veterans Day just came and went with like the holidays. Okay, it's 2022 now. You know, I'm going to be venturing out of the Grand Castle. We've talked a lot about that since the death of Roger. Everybody has their seasons.
Yeah.
You know, so share a little bit. Right, I've been at your location.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about it was something I will tell you that I needed back when I first launched my business. I just needed a place to show up, talk to Ed, you know, go have coffee with somebody, use the printer.
Yeah.
I didn't need a whole office.
Yeah.
A lot of people just need to get out of their house. They've been home since COVID. They're working from home now, and it's like, I need to work on a big project.
Yep.
I need a room. I need to connect with people. I just need to get out and talk to adults that are older than 10, right? You know, and that was my world back in 2016. I didn't have an office. I didn't have anything anymore. And I just absolutely tried to work from home, but it was very difficult when you were working in an office. So share a little bit about what you can offer, because I went through your process. You said, you know, you want this office, come and work out. Maybe just a couple days a week.
Yeah.
So talk about that.
So we offer memberships at GrowHub GR. So everything from co-working memberships for someone who needs a desk, free on-site parking. We have offices for rent that people can also be a part of the GrowHub GR platform. We have a podcast studio that's fully functioning with all the up-to-date technology.
That's exciting.
Oh, we love it. I mean, you and I, we connect on that. We love to amplify voices and hear about people's journeys and stories and legacies. And it's important, right? It's important to share. We take for granted sometimes our journey, how it could impact somebody else. So it's super important to both of us, I know, and it's important to Eddie as well. And then we have conference rooms and event space. We've had rehearsal dinners there for New Year's Eve. We had a huge celebration for Slices of Heaven, which is support the African culture. We had Motherland Connections come in and we learned all about, actually Roger Lucas would appreciate this, Africa and Kenya and all the different languages that are spoken there and the dances. So we're bringing people together from all walks of life,
Right.
which is really cool because
is cool.
it develops relationships. And then we have our anchor offices that all specialize in a different service for businesses. So we have Grow Business Today, which is our full service growth of marketing agency.
Right.
And then I'll let Eddie talk a little bit
Yeah,
about
you launched your business and now you have it out of there. So I want to introduce Ed Kolakowski. You are a former Kent County Sheriff.
Yeah.
Yep,
And you retired?
worked
Just-
25 years at the Sheriff's Department and retired in January of 2021.
Okay.
And after that, kind of just laid around for a little bit and then decided to open up a private investigation firm. And so I currently do that right now. And I have an office at GrowHub as well. And it's kind of just a new journey, a new venture that I'm taking. And
Well,
seeing
that's kind
where
of
it goes.
exciting. You bring your clients, or is it basically you have a phone, you get your, I would like a meeting room to be able to bring clients.
Well, I think that's a lot of it now is with COVID, everybody's working from home and you lose that face-to-face contact. You don't have that contact anymore. Everything's done by social media, email, text, or whatever. So it's nice to have a place where you can still go. You can go to a conference room. You can be 6 feet apart if COVID's on the rise, and you can still meet with people, still talk with people, and still have that interpersonal type communication.
Well, I liked it when Stephanie gave me a tour over the summer, and I walked in and they had just had lunch.
Yeah.
Brought in, there was people there, and I was just looking at that, and the coffee, there was the printer, and I was just like, I'm like, this is what I wanted back in 2016.
Yeah.
I didn't need to pay for rent for all of that space all the time, because I wasn't gonna be there all the time, right? I just needed it maybe from 9 to noon or something like that to bring in prospective clients.
Yeah.
And people I want to interview, so I want to do a book dedication. And so I didn't need all that space, so I was looking at stuff, I'm like, I don't want to spend money on that.
Yeah.
So when I saw your concept, I'm like, this is exactly, and I was home, and I just need to get the heck out of Dodge. Twice a week, right? I just need to go on. So how is that been for the community, or how are they embracing this? Are you the only one? I think you're the only one that's a private, or for-profit.
Purpose-driven
Yes.
incubator, yeah. So we really are focused in on social impact, bringing people together to grow and thrive in business and life. And we are the only first female and family-owned purpose-driven incubator.
Okay, but it's not just females, I mean, Ed's
No.
there.
Yep.
So if I want to get a man's perspective
Yeah.
on something, I might be able to run into Ed and ask him. He's like, I wouldn't go down that road, that may not go well.
Yeah, we have a very diverse membership. We have, it's about actually 60-40 split male, females, and again, people from all different walks and different parts of their journey. Some people are just getting started in business and there for support services as much as they're there for co-working space. They're working with us on getting their business launched correctly, aligning with legal support and aid, looking at how to grow and market their business. We provide classes and ways for them to develop. And we have great networking groups. So we have Women in Connections that comes in every single month. We have an event coming up next week on Thursday to talk about Bitcoin.
Well,
And NFTs.
that is the new things. How do you move forward
Right.
with that information? Everything's Zoom business. He does a lot of Zoom meetings.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people are, and that's something that we're seeing too. So like the Zoom room at GrowHub GR is really helpful. It's a quiet
Right.
space that you can go in and have your virtual meetings or use a separate office. And a lot of banks and institutions and companies, it's been a great opportunity to grow because you've had to innovate the last couple of years with the changes due to COVID.
Right.
And so it's pointed out some opportunity areas, and it's also pointed out some areas of our businesses that maybe we didn't focus in on, but were problem areas before. And that was, again, amplified during COVID to say, okay, we really should have probably thought about some of these things, but now's an opportunity to go head on, right?
You were instrumental in helping me do my interviews through, what did we do, through like a podcast or through, you helped me go to WKTV, learn how you can do this, you can get this going, and so I was able to do that. But I was apprehensive about doing things. I wanted to be in person.
Yeah.
I wanted to sit across here. I have no idea like David said, you don't get the, the feel of the person, you don't get the nuance, you don't get the, and that is the limitation on Zoom calls.
Yeah.
But okay, so you have some people that need to move to that level that have been resistance, but now they have to, I mean, what can grow business today, those people can do when they come, because I didn't know anybody, I didn't have anybody home to teach me how to do Zoom. I didn't know what platforms to use, I don't know what was safe. I remember David said, I can't do a Zoom call with you, Pamela, because it isn't secure.
Yeah.
For his credit union.
Yeah.
So can you share, I think he did a web something, and so, and then there was the people that were doing things off of gaming, they turned into Zoom.
Yeah.
So there was so many things, and then of course everything else they had. So what can you do? Because I don't even understand it all. I need to record this meeting. How do I do that?
Yeah, we teach. So when a business comes into GrowHub GR, we have an onboarding process where we really sit down and get to know the individual and the business, and we meet them where they're at. So that's a big differentiator in our incubator versus other incubators in the market who they have a generalized flow of, okay, you need capital, go talk to this person, or we'll have a class on that. But we're not getting to the heart or asking enough questions to figure out where the need is, like you just pointed out. So we address and we look at their digital presence, their audit, we look at how their business is set up. Is it set up correctly? Do they have all of the moving parts? You'd be surprised how many times we take for granted what we do know, and others might not know. So we need to make sure that we're asking questions and getting the foundation set correctly, because if you don't have a solid foundation in your business, then you're not going to be able to scale or grow how you should or could.
Well, you think about too, I would say dealing with making many errors setting up my business until I met you. But I meant like just half your brain is worried that you haven't got these things in place, that you haven't done the accounting right, you haven't done the tax stuff, whatever, you haven't got the right insurance, right? And so you will understand this when you do it. Half your brain is distracted, and the other half is, I got to grow my business.
Yes.
I got to get clients.
Yes.
So it's very, very hard
Yes.
to set it up correctly. That's why most of them fail.
Absolutely. So I bootstrapped both my businesses, and we bootstrapped Eddie's business as well. So there was no outside capital or funding. And I know a lot of people worry about that right away, but we want to be a testimony to what you can do when you have the right time, talent, and treasure together, that you can grow, you can scale a business, you can be successful. There's not a $1 million check waiting for every single person for their business. I think some people have a misconception, right?
I know.
So you can go out, and we teach people foundationally how you can build your business through all of these things and layers. And then we have open conversations. Imposter syndrome is real. We all make mistakes when we start businesses, and we learn. And we have people like here we can count on, right? That if we have questions, we have people that have different talents and expertise that you can go to and ask. So we really try to create a safe space for families and individuals to just talk, to ask questions, to know that they're safe to ask questions.
Oh yes, I feel very safe.
Yeah.
Talking to you on the phone, you put me at ease, or you at least know somebody. But I want to get now you launched your business out of, talk about what your ideal client is. What are you looking for? What can you do about the community?
My business is really focused on more of, I do indigent individuals, defendants that can't afford services that the prosecution has the money to do. So what happens is the judge will issue an order that says that they can hire me. We'll charge a retainer, then we go out and we actually do some of the legwork, interviewing of witnesses, reviewing some of the police reports, just helping out the defense portion of it. Not that we're trying to find a loophole or whatever, but it's about just gathering the facts and gathering the truth. So I focus on a lot of that. I do process serving for several attorneys in the Grand Rapids area. As you said, to get out and about, that's really what it's about right now. You look at GrowHub and yeah, it's launching businesses and helping people with their businesses, but I think it comes to a little bit more than that sometimes as well. Is during COVID, you get into COVID where you're home, the environment's the same, you're eating, sleeping, all in the same place and working, and it's a place to get out where I think it's good for your mental health. You're seeing something else. You're still safe. You can have an office there where your environment is still safe, but you're seeing something else. You can still talk. You can still take the necessary precautions in reference to COVID. But you're able to get out, you're able to see people, you're not locked in that same surroundings all the time. And I think that's just good for your mental health.
I think so too, and I will tell you, when I was going through it, and the first time I've ever done it in my life, is the dread of walking by. You never could leave work.
Sure.
You understand that. It's everywhere. You got a pile here you haven't dealt with. You got mailing here you got to do. I mean, it was always something, and I actually hated it.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that could do it.
You know, minus COVID, and just in Michigan alone, you have the cabin fever because you're inside, you know, it's cold outside, and then you add one layer of it to put COVID where you're at home, and that's it. So you're getting cabin fever. You don't even really, you're not even experiencing your work world other than from home. And I think people get lax on that too.
Of course,
you know,
I got lazy.
You have
often.
you know, instead of you know, putting a suit and tie on or whatever it may be, you're just putting a shirt on because you're on a Zoom call. But I think it's important that people get out and they get up and they go to work and they go meet people. And it's just, ultimately it's good for your mental health all the way around. And I think it'll make your business even flourish.
I think so too, and especially working together, right? Stephanie, it's being able, you can't compare if you're doing a good job from home.
Sure.
You can't, you know, unless you're just, you know, not many people are the 1%ers. You know, I'd be happy, you know, I made, you know, $100,000 or under. I mean, I get some points where I do well, and then all of a sudden you lose a client. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
And you have to regroup. But I mean, people don't understand how much work you have to do to get to 150,000.
Yeah.
It's a lot. You know, it's a lot. We're delusional.
Yeah.
Put through that. But to measure it, and I think when I worked with Stephanie on the Michigan Barbecue Veterans event and all the other things we've worked on, is to say you're doing a good job.
Yes.
I had meetings with people, and they were like, "You've gotten very far from what you," and I had no idea to measure that. Because I've never had any, but you know, I wasn't working with anybody. So I really appreciate that. Or this is some of the things you need to get into place, and I appreciate that. There's still a lot I have to do. Now that I'm moving out of the castle, there's so many details I've got to get completed.
Sure.
And trust, you know, Stephanie and I are going to weeks to come, but I need to regroup, move my show, WKTV, you know, everybody has. You have no idea. Somebody you know, company come in and buy. Something, what happened, Roger died of a massive heart attack.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared for, you know, expect the unexpected, don't have anticipation. And then, okay, where do I move my show? Alan Dodds, that Stephanie knew well, just retired.
Yeah.
So there's things that, from WCT, so there's things that come in place that are out of my control.
Right.
Recap with Ed and Stephanie Kolakowski. She's going to give us 3 things she can do for your business, for Grow Business today. And let me see, Grand Rapids Hub, did I get that right? Okay, dear, you're always good. Stephanie's like, this is what I gotta say. I'm like, okay, I gotta put my glasses on. That's why I don't have a lot of notes with my face. And the 3 things Ed could do for you, for his business, and let's just roll.
Okay.
So let's start with you.
Yeah, so if you're looking to grow and scale your business, we can help. We can help in 3 ways. We can help with marketing services and support for you and your business. So that ranges from anything from full funnel, media buying and planning, social media management, putting together the strategy for you. Second, we can help provide you with a physical space and a community of others who can help you grow and thrive in life and business. And third, we can help you if you're looking to grow event size or certifications for your business. So you're looking for a space or a place to host your first event. We can help you there too, and we're here to serve in any way that you need us.
Okay, so let's talk about real quickly, where you could come and speak
Yeah.
at their upcoming events. Those are starting to happen now.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Women's events, men's, or even,
All
you know,
that kinds of
wherever you want to be. We have a library of a book that, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, so just share how they contact you
Yeah.
to be able to talk about that.
So if you go to GrowHubGR.com, you can reach me and connect directly there to book a time or a meeting with me.
You can do Zoom too with them,
You
right?
can do Zoom. Yep. GrowBusinessToday.com as well. So we are in person, Zoom, anywhere you want to meet, how you want to meet, we'll make it happen.
Right, and it also too, for all you podcasters out there, which has grown, exploded. I used to have one, but it's a lot of work.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And we had to figure out the time, but I will recommend Stephanie Kolakowski to move that forward to you. If you would like to do a podcast, try it out. I'm telling you, it's worth your time to learn this because this is the future. This is not
Absolutely.
changing.
Yeah.
Right? And you can reach, let alone West Michigan, you can reach Michigan and beyond the world. to grow yours. Not everybody may have 1 million followers, but you only need one person that can see your podcast, that can connect to you, that can become your next client. You have no idea. So share how they can also
So
do that.
podcasting, we offer podcasting memberships. So we have both the physical space and studio set up. We have the coach and the mentor, and then we host, post, and edit your podcast. So you don't have to worry about it at all. We take care of all the heavy lifting for you.
You got all those people in place.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're able to take like a camera and
Yeah.
can you get that?
Yeah.
Take a camera of them doing the podcast?
Yeah.
That's what you
Yeah.
sell on YouTube,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we
Okay.
can. Yeah, you sure
Okay.
can.
All right, and now Ed, now what is your ideal client? Where would you like to see
Well,
coming in there?
I think that my business offers a great, I have over 25 years of experience in law enforcement. During that time, I worked a lot of different areas of the department. I've worked in criminal investigation, child sexual assaults, patrol division, school resource officer. I think what I bring is I bring a lot of, I know how to interact with a lot of different types of people in the community.
Okay.
So I think if you're looking for something, for someone to do investigative work that's honest and has integrity and morals and ethics, I think I'm the person that you're looking for. I can do a complete investigation. I understand the criminal justice system. I have a lot of contacts within the community. I have a lot of officers that are still working in the community. So I bring a lot of experience to the table. It's not that I just went and got a PI license and I'm figuring it out as I go. I'm figuring out.
Post-COVID, right?
Sure, I'm figuring out more of the business aspect of it, but the investigation portion of it, I already understand that. I've learned that over my time in law enforcement. So if you're looking for someone to do a complete, thorough investigation, and sometimes that, even with a client, that that it may not be the answer that they're looking for, and
Right.
sometimes you have to look at it both ways and say, okay, he did a complete investigation, but it's an honest investigation.
All right, Dave, I appreciate that. And I think that's great. I've known you for some time. You've been to many events. You've been a speaker at one of our events, and you met some other people. But I think that's wonderful. I would, if I had a problem with the law, I'd be calling you. But how can they? What's the name of your company once again? How are they going to reach you?
You can reach me at, you can go on my website, shieldprivateinvestigators.com. You can also just Google my name at Kolakowski, or you can call me at 616-293-0666.
Yep. I give little Stephanie. She'll get them. She'll get them that way. Well, I want to thank you. You don't have it. You already mentioned your event coming up. Anything else, real quickly?
Yeah, so we are hosting an event, so explaining what Bitcoin is, going over
Yeah, that's
NFTs,
important.
and that's on the 18th of this month. So if you want to have a better understanding of that, it is an event that's $15. You can come, hang out, have coffee, and meet some amazing people that are going to help you along the journey.
Yeah, I want to thank West Michigan for being here today. My name is Pamela Kine from Grand Rapid Media Business TV. We want to thank Ed Kolakowski, right? Did you hear that? Stephanie Kolakowski, we want to thank you for being here. Wasn't it fabulous to be one of the last interviews inside the Great Castle?
I just want to say thank you so much for the honor of being the last interview and for everything that you've done for our community and your vision, and you're true and true. You've helped many businesses.
I know, I'm in
And
the
being
transition.
here, you
Let's
have done
see.
a phenomenal job. So I give you all the credit and thanks in the world.
I really appreciate that. And I know we'll be communicating in the weeks to
Yes.
come when I transition my show back to WKTV.
Yep.
It's been a rough few months, you know that. So we have to go and she'll stick by me, but we'll just move forward with Grand Rapid Media Business TV. We want to thank the Castle staff. Roger Lucas is no longer with us. He was the designer and builder of the Grand Castle. And we also want to thank Ben Deal. I know you're out there, you see me, you see this on LinkedIn. And I want to thank everyone for being here and being so supportive. And Stephanie's going to be first microgreenery. Chris Hantoon ran the cameras today because WCET is busy with other things today. So thank you so much for being here. We'll catch you next time. Take care, everyone.